Hi, what's your name?
I'm Jemar Luczon.
Can you tell us your affiliations right now after graduating from UPD?
So I am currently the Finance and Operations Manager at Long Ash Ventures, a venture capital that's based in Singapore.
Okay, so when you were at UPD, what did you study and what did you sort of specifically major in?
Okay, in the business side of UPD, there's actually no majors. So I did start my career or like my university as BS Business Administration and Accountancy, then voluntarily exited after passing some retention subjects, and I graduated Business Administration. Ayun.
If you could describe your UPD experience in one word, what would it be and why?
It's enlightening because at the end of the day, everything is dark, and UP allows you to be critical and allows you to be, it opens your eyes, basically.
If UPD were a song, what would it be?
Minsan ba yung tawag dun sa song na yun? Pero it's the song which goes by the line, minsan sa may kalayaan tayo, something. Because it's something about friendship. It's something about being in a community that fights together for a certain cause. Ganun.
Great. So, can you tell us where we are now?
So, I don't know the specific title, pero we're near the oblation. So, I think it's Quezon Hall. This is where we usually do our graduation ceremony here in this area. I actually graduated in that area in the last July 2023, and yeah, they will make it was the first post-pandemic graduation. So, ayan, fun.
Speaking of graduating from UPD, what made you choose UPD in the first place and what made you stick to it until the end?
So, it was number one because it was free education. Most of my metrics for my university, my number one metric would be it should be free. Number two, it's about the future career that I could have. So it's a good degree program, it's a good college, it's a good total holistic education. So I know pretty well na hindi ako pupulutin sa kangkungan after graduating from this university. So yeah.
Great answers. Student body specific questions. How would you rate the looks of student body? 1 to 10.
You mean, okay. There's actually a system at Diliman-wide student body and college-wide, business side-wide. So I'll rate them. Let's say, higher yung college eh. So, mga 8 on average sa USC levels, then mga 9.5 levels sa college levels.
How's the relationship culture here? Is it more of like a dating, we're kind of married already, or is it more of like a hookup culture?
Di talaga ako involved, pero let's just give my answer from what I read dun sa Freedom Wall ng UPD. It's usually a hookup culture, I think. Yeah, short answer. So less talk, less mistake.
Got it. And do people here usually dress up or just wear pajamas without caring what people think at all?
Extremes. So when I go to a philosophy class, social science class, it's someone na naka-short lang, chinelas. Meron pa nga nakita 5 years ago nakatapis ng tuwalya. Pero if you're in the business administration class, usually white pants, white shoes, and then some polo shirt or like long sleeves. The typical business people. Yeah. Yun.
Got it. Why don't you lead the way and tell us where we're headed?
Okay, we're headed to I think this is one of the key areas na it serves as a graduation hall also for colleges. So if we had a university-wide graduation there's my college-wide graduation here. So that's where I had my college graduation also. Same time, July 2023. Yeah.
Got it. And speaking of your college, would you say that you are studying in the most competitive program in campus?
Yeah, okay, let's get it. Yes, in a way, because if you want to exit into the corporate world or if you want to do something to the effect of working in a startup, creating your own business, creating your own non-profit, working for a corporate, you're pretty much sure to get a slot if you graduate from one of the 2 degree programs in UPD, especially in business. Yeah, good.
Got it. And what's the org culture here like?
it's thriving than a sunflower. More thriving than a sunflower pa nga eh. So, okay, to illustrate, merong college level na home orgs for your course mismo, your degree program. There's also interest orgs. Like Hal UP, the Korean Wave. There's also a mountaineering org, a biking org. I think a weightlifting kind of org. So just find your fit, or parang find your vibe, and you'll be surprised na may org for you.
How's the student spirit like?
Pagod lahat. Like, sino bang hindi mapapagod sa pag-aaral dito sa Pilipinas? Because if we compare to the UK or like the European or Australian education system, bibigyan lang kayo ng task, tapos yun na yung project nyo for a sem. Pero dito sa Pilipinas, every week meron kang quiz, meron kang exam on a quarterly basis. Then on top of that, meron kang reports, meron kang presentations, thesis sa 4th year. So generally, the student spirit is pagod na. Pero kahit pagod, they still find time to do their passion items. Like, they still find time to lead organizations, they still find time to do music in the form of UP Fair, ganyan. So, ayun, pagod pero lumalaban.
Yes, I love the spirit. And speaking of passion projects, when you were a student, what orgs were you a part of?
Oh, okay. So, it's a combination of many things. First is the home org. Second is home org, aka UPJPIA, the accounting org. Second is a consulting org, because I want to create an impact in the world. And in my early days, I believed that consulting could make an impact. Then, a third org is a provincial org. I'm actually from the province of Isabela. So, UP Kalipunan ng mga anak ng Isabela. So, yeah, that's the combination. Yeah, for some time, I was also affiliated with UP Cap, the one which bridges sponsors or corporate side of things to those students who want to build their careers. So, yun. The one who helps people create their careers. Yun.
I see. And during your free time, what's the best hangout spot on campus?
Okay. Caveat, I only live in the campus for like 2.5 face-to-face semesters. So the memorable hangout spots would be actual tambyans of the student organizations. Why? Because by default, you would get around 3 to 5 people staying there. And by default, they already have cards for games, poker games. Ano ba? There's this game called Bridge na only using yung braha. And there's also tong eats whatsoever. You'll be surprised that even your richest friend knows how to play tong eat.
What about the closest favorite hangout spot outside of campus?
Okay, outside of campus, if your definition of hangout is inom, then definitely pop up. If your definition of hangout is playing with friends, then there's Time Zone in UP Town Center. If food, Area 2, which we're gonna be heading towards.
Okay, speaking of food, I'm sure budget is always in your head as a student.
Yep.
What was your daily spend when you were
My daily
studying?
spend. Okay. For total living or just on food?
Both. Yeah.
Okay. So if you're living on campus, the highest payment for your monthly apartment kinda is like, if tama pagkakaalala ko, 2,500 to 3,000. So divided on a daily basis, mga 100 ba? Okay, 100 kunwari. Then if you're gonna take an ikot to and fro your college, that's 13 pesos times 2, 26. So 126 na yung running figure natin, di ba? Then usually it's like 100 peso meal for UPD in Area 2. So usually doon naman na kami kumakain. Or if nagpa-deliver through food delivery apps, it's also of the same range. Dinidivide na lang namin yung delivery fee among us. Yun. So ang running figure is 126 before food. So if food ko is times 2, so 126 plus 200, 326 in total. yeah, so that's usually my budget on a daily basis. Yeah.
I see. Now, in terms of other students, do you think majority is composed of students who want to change the world or who just want to get rich?
That's a good question. Pero I think I didn't have enough information to form a research-based answer. Pero let's just say na ambitious people in any shape or form. Ambitious people in a way na I want to create, I want my family to climb the social ladder. Parang we came from the lower middle class, and then at the very least, I'd like to provide a better life for my family. Those, may mga ganon. Then another is, although I came from a privileged life, I want to prove myself as an individual because my father or mother didn't believe that I can make it. So there's also that archetype. So yun, I cannot definitely provide a prorated answer, pero generally ambitious.
Gotcha. You said ambitious. So, how would you rate the student body? Are they toxic or very helpful in a sense?
The council system level, people make mistakes, and sometimes they also make mistakes. And the fact is, at the very least, but the good thing is, at the very least, when we make mistakes, we, number one, admit that we did those mistakes, and number two, act and say and act that we will do better. Parang ganun. So, short answer, imperfect.
Got it. We're down to our last 5 questions. 5th to the last question.
Sure.
Okay, what was the worst thing you experienced while a student at UPD?
Okay, we're gonna cross muna. So, the worst thing that I have experienced is getting a Roleta grade. So, let's go. What do I mean with that? What do I mean with that? It means we didn't get the grades that we think we deserve, or rather, we're almost sure na this prof didn't have concrete metrics in grading the people, in grading the cohort. So, alam mo yun, medyo obvious kung sino yung nagpa-participate, medyo obvious kung sino yung mataas yung scores sa quizzes, or yung better presentations, and random siya. So yun, worst experience.
On the other end, what was the best experience you've had?
Best experience probably is when you see the sunflowers blooming around June or July, and then you already know that you're about to exit this phase in your life. Pero at the same time, you also know that you're gonna keep these friends for life, even if you go out in different directions, ganyan. You for sure have that community and belongingness. So I'm talking about the UP Sablay graduation kinda ceremony. Yun.
Gotcha. Third to the last question. How would you describe student-teacher relationships here?
It's kinda collaborative. The good thing about UP's core teaching model is the professors can modify, number one, the lessons, and number two, the way they grade students, and number three, the sets of activities that they will incorporate. So for example, merong film viewing sa math subject, di ba? Napaka unexpected connection. Pero, and there's also freedom when it comes to topics. For example, yun nga, merong course about Taylor Swift, di ba? May subject about Taylor Swift on being impactful and making social change. So, okay, wait, what's the last question?
How was the teacher-student relationship?
Okay, yun. So, yung relationship between students and teachers, iterative siya. So, yung feedback ng students after the end of the semester, in-incorporate yun ng teachers so that they could be better when they choose kung 100% face-to-face ba, 50% face-to-face or online. Another is if effective ba yung pagpapa-resit niya, ganun. So, it's kinda collaborative not just in the feedback side of things, yung getting feedback and then reiterating, but also during the sem proper. Parang they're open to conversations, they're open to moving deadlines, open to restructuring their core syllabus. So it's overall good.
Last two questions. Okay. Do you think UPD is the best school for college in the Philippines?
Definitely yes. In most metrics, we're still number one. Where in some metrics, yeah, okay. Pero, yeah, so also it depends on what kinds of college you want to join. For example, engineering, business, design side of things. I think each university has their merits. Pero if we're talking about total holistic merit ng university as a whole, yeah, definitely UP.
Last question. What advice do you have for aspiring UPD students?
You didn't get here, you didn't get this far only to go this far. That's the most meaningful line that will keep you sane when you're already in UP. Why? Because firstly, first day mo sa UP, you'll be facing valedictorians of science high schools, valedictorians of premium private organizations. So you're gonna question yourself, worth it? O parang, bakit ako nandito? Ka-level ko ba talaga sila? Yung imposter syndrome is always there. So my core advice to you is, you didn't get this far only to go this far. There's always more towards you. O parang there's always more in your potential. You're always something else pa. Ganun. So, ayun. Good luck, future Isko, and see you around.
Thank you!